Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the Deep Ridge scarf, and this is a really neat scarf using the new yarn called Caron Chunky Cakes. You're going to need 1.5 balls in order to play. Let me show you my sample and then we'll get started. So here's my sample, and exactly the colors that you see are coming out of the ball naturally. So as the ball progresses it changes colors on its own, and you can see that it's got a really kind of a perfect mix because the designers have already put the thought into the different colors that you see. So what I've done here is that it's called the Deep Ridge scarf, and if you pull it apart you can see the ridges, and they're very, very deep like so. So usually for ribbing people will front post one, back post the other, and etc. So what I did is I kept it in groups of 3 in order to get it to work, and it's really quite amazing. So where you see it ridged on this side, on the other side you'll see that it is the valley on the other side. So today is a very simple pattern. I was able to whip this off in an evening just watching TV, and I think that you'll have a good time. So you'll need 8mm size L crochet hook in order to play. This color that you see here is the Mystic Chip, and it's really quite fun. So let's begin to show you how to do this, because once you get started there's no stopping you. So let's get started. Today you'll need an 8mm size L crochet hook in order to play, and your Caron Chunky Cakes, and you can use any size hook and yarn as long as they complement each other for this particular pattern. Of course if you use smaller yarn you're gonna have a smaller width scarf. So let's begin. We are going to chain 22, so just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So now you have your 22 on here, so you're gonna go second chain from the hook. So 1 and 2, just turn it over and get the back loop of the chain only. So you see it like this. Just count back 1, 2, and get the back hump of the chain. Once you do the first one the chain will stay upside down and you can see it as you go. So you're just gonna single crochet in that one. So once it's turned over you'll see the next one, it's just jumping up right in front of your eyes right there, and it's just one strand you're going into, and you're gonna single crochet yourself all the way across your chain. So please do that and meet me back here in just a moment. So as you come all the way across your chain you're going to just single crochet right to the very end. So if you chain 22 and then you started your single crochet second chain from the hook, you end up with the total count of 21 stitches going all the way across. And remember what I said, I kept the stitches in groups of 3 when you did this, so you got 3, 6, 12, and etc. So 21 stitches that you have is a multiple of 3. We're gonna turn our work, and once we get started there's really no stopping you. There's really 2 rows only that you need, and there is a spelling mistake on the actual row number 3. It's called DCPP. It should not have said that. It's an error. It should have said front post, DC front post, but we'll get there in just a moment. So we're going to chain 2, and that counts as the first stitch on the first one, just like you see here. And then what we're going to do then is that we are going to double crochet back post in the next 2. So what we're going to do, it's gonna be very tight right in the beginning, so you're gonna wrap the hook and you're gonna come into the next post. So come in from the outside from the back and then pop it back out to the other side in the back like so, and then you're just gonna double crochet as normal, and you're gonna do that for 2 times. So do the next one just like that. Once you get started with this pattern it's really quite easy to be able to maintain. So this chain 2 counts as what you just saw for the look. It's just because it's the outside, that's the only way to do it. So now the next 3 in a row, okay, so just move to the next 3 posts just like so. They're gonna be front post double crochet. So wrap the hook coming through the side and then back out the other side and double crochet. So we're going to come into the side, other side, back through, and do it one more time. So in the side, out the other side, back through. Now the next 3 in a row are gonna be back post double crochet. So you're just gonna do your multiples of 3s, just alternating what you're exactly doing. So just come into the other one, just from the back side. It's really fun fiddly right in the very first chain, but once you get beyond this it gets really quite easy. So if you see me struggling, I kinda am. I'm not gonna deny that. It's just because it's the starting chain. So 3 in a row will be the back post double crochets. So what's the next 3 after that? Yeah, that's right. It's the front post double crochet for another 3. So you're alternating exactly what you know. So the next 3 are front post double crochet, Once you get into the rhythm, it gets easier. And then you're going into the next 3, which is gonna be what? It's gonna be the back post. So usually in ribbing, people just front post, back post, front post, back post, but when you actually do it in sets like this, you can actually do your scarf faster because you're not having to jump opposite to each other all the time. It's just in groups of 3, so whenever you're changing positions, it's always a little bit more time consuming. So the next 3 are gonna be front post double crochet, okay, and then what you have here is that you got 3 stitches left. So the first 2 are gonna be a back post double crochet because you're maintaining the pattern. We started with back post double crochet, if you remember. So the first 2 are back post double crochet, and then you have the final one, and the final one you really can't do a back post on that at all, so you have to do it as a half double crochet right at the very end, just like that. So you know how we chain 2 in the very beginning over here? That's the same thing as doing a half double crochet. So you can see that you've got the ridges going on, and now we're gonna move on to row number 3. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna turn to work, and what you already see you're gonna maintain through the whole thing. You see the ribbing just keeps itself going. So what you have to just do is you look at it and say, okay, well these are on the front side, these are on the back side. So you're gonna chain 2 for your first one. Okay, so that's your first stitch. The next 2 are already in the front side because you can see these are dipping down underneath. So you keep those on the front side. So just front post double crochet what you already see is on the front side. And then in the next one, these are the 3 back posts, so you want to keep them on the back, so you just back post double crochet, and you keep doing that all the way across. So you're just looking to what you've already done and just match it. That's what keeps ribbing easy. Okay, so the next 3 in a row, they're front side, so they're gonna be front post double crochet. Okay, and then my colors are just changing now. So the next 3 are going to be back post double crochet because that's what I can see. And then the next 3 are front post double crochet because they're in the front. So when you do basket weave, if you ever wanted to do that, it's like every 4th row you switch positions. So what you see on the back post then goes to the front, and etc. with the back goes, or front goes to the back. So the next 3 are back post double crochet. And then you end up with your final 3 stitches that you see just like there. Okay, so the first 2 are in the front post double crochet because that's what you see. And then the final turning chain is just 1 half double crochet right into the turning chain. So you just maintain that. So you just turn your work, okay, and you say, well, okay, you're gonna chain 2. Let's just get you started. Chain 2. You can see these are on the back side, so keep them on the back side. Go from the back post double crochet. And then the next 3 are gonna be in the front side because those are the back. You see that as well. So when you're satisfied with this, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna get to the length that you want. I use 1.5 balls for this. I was very strategic though, I have to tell you. So I finished this. Let me just back out the camera a little bit here. And what I did is that I finished the scarf, and I finished the scarf so that the colors were ending. So where the ball of yarn ended was on the brown, and I just stopped it when I hit the brown, and I made sure it was the same length. It just kind of, for me, it was just kind of maybe OCD a little bit. So when you're satisfied with the width of it or the length of it, so what you can just do is that you can just coming back into the camera a little bit more, and we're going to chain 1, and you're just gonna single crochet yourself all the way across. So why are you gonna do that? Well, if you remember in row number 1, we single crocheted second chain from the hook and all the way across. So by finishing it off with a single crochet just like you see, you can have the consistency of the other side. If you want to add fringing, because I only use 1.5 balls, you could do fringing with the same ball of yarn. You don't need to buy extra for that. And this is a really neat cut. I like fringe, but I don't like it on everything, so I left it off mine because I always catch my fringe in the zipper of my coat because I like to tuck in my scarves. I don't like to wear it on the outside. So that's it for now. It's Mikey on behalf of Yarn Inspirations as well as thecrochetcrowd.com. Enjoy the deep ridge scarf, and this is another free pattern by us. We'll see you again real soon.